Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to Sunrise Stretch. My name is Amber Langford. Thanks for joining today. For today's stretches, we're going to begin standing. We will be working our way down towards the ground. We will be in some kneeling positions as well. So if you need a little bit of an extra cushion, you can roll out your yoga mat, move to a softer surface, or you can always, for those kneeling positions, kneel on a folded up towel, blanket, or a pillow. Those are kind of some preparation stuff for today. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin standing. I want your legs to be about hip to shoulder width apart. We're going to begin with our hands and wrists. So I want you to begin by placing your palms and fingers together. From here, we're going to send our elbows out wide, lowering those hands down. We're trying to keep our fingers and palms together. We're bringing our hands as low as we can before our palms start to separate. You should feel a nice, gentle stretch in your forearms. We're taking nice, deep breaths. Getting that good inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. From here, we're going to hold this position and we're going to shift and bring our hands over towards the right. You should feel a little bit of a deeper stretch in that right wrist in this position. Two more deep breaths here. And shifting both hands over to that left side now. Making sure your fingers and your palms are still firmly pressed together. Bring both hands back to the center and release your hands, taking them apart. We're going to stretch our upper back, shoulders a little bit next. So I want you to take your right arm. It's going to be shoulder height. We're going to reach across over to the left. We're going to bend at the elbow. So we're trying to reach our hand to our shoulder blade. Our left hand is going to grab at the elbow. And we're just going to pull and try to bring our right arm as close to our chest as possible. This kind of sends our hand down, further down that back. Taking nice deep breaths. We're just going to hold. Try to get your hand a little bit further down that back with each breath. And release that right arm. We're going to switch. Left arm is going to cross over. Right hand grabs at the elbow and pulls our arm closer to our chest. Reaching that left hand as far down our upper back as we can. One last breath here. And release both hands. We're going to open up that chest next. So I want you to take your hands, bring them behind your back. We're going to lace our fingers behind our back. Our palms are facing up to the ceiling. And we're going to slowly straighten those elbows as far as we can. Bringing those shoulders down away from our ears. Opening up that chest, and if you're able to, I want you to pull those hands away from your glutes, getting a little bit of a bicep stretch there as well. Let's add a little bit of a neck stretch here. Holding this position, we're going to take our head and we're going to tilt and bring our right ear over towards our right shoulder, stretching out that left side of the neck. And switching sides, left ear pulls to left shoulder. Bring your head back up to your neutral position and unlace those fingers, taking them out. Next, we're going to do some roll downs. We're going to be in a bit of a straddled position. So I want you to take one step out with each foot. We're going to keep our legs as straight as possible here. Hands are going to be in front of our body, and we're going to do a roll down. We're going to be doing 3 of these today, starting by tucking that chin to our chest, rounding that upper back, reaching those hands down. We're moving one vertebrae at a time, reaching for the ground. We're lowering as far as possible. Once you've reached that end point, you're going to inhale and exhale, slowly rolling back up. Stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Your head is the last thing to come up. Once we're standing tall, we're going to repeat, tucking that chin, reaching those hands down. We're going to do 3 here. Going a little bit lower each time. And exhale, rolling back up. This last one we're going to hold at the bottom. Inhale and exhale, rolling down, tucking that chin, rounding upper, mid, and then lower back. Going as low as we can, trying to reach those hands to the ground. We're going to hold here, letting your head hang down towards the ground, keeping that neck and arms relaxed. One more deep breath here. And then we're going to walk both of our hands over to our right foot. If you cannot reach your right foot, that's okay. You can brace yourself wherever you're at. That could be your shins, ankle, or even a little bit above the knee. Trying to get a little bit farther down that leg, as close to the ground as you can. Taking your time, moving slowly. One more deep breath over here. And then slowly walk those hands over to that other foot, shifting to that left side. Trying to get as close to your foot, as close to the ground as possible. One more deep breath. Walking those hands back to center. We're going to bend and lower, coming on down to our hands and knees. We're going to be moving into a half kneeling lunge next. So if you need to, feel free to bring out your folded towel, blanket, or pillow to place underneath your knees. We're going to be doing quite a few stretches next where we will be on our knees. I want you to begin by bringing that right leg up and in front. Your foot is going to be flat. You're going to start with your hips stacked right over that left knee, and we're going to open up that left hip flexor by deepening that lunge, bringing those hips forward, keeping that chest nice and upright. You can feel free to rest your hands right on that right thigh. If that's a little bit tricky to balance, you can lower that chest and brace yourself with a hand on the ground. You can also move next to a supporting surface, a chair, wall, couch, desk, plenty of options, and you can brace one hand on that supporting surface as well, just to kind of help with that balance. Give me 2 more deep breaths here. Trying to deepen that lunge, thinking lower with each exhale. Good. Now I want everybody to take their left hand and reach down to the ground. From here, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to twist and reach our right hand up towards the ceiling. Your head should be looking up over that right shoulder. One last big inhale and exhale, lowering that right arm, turning back to center, bringing that chest up. We're going to switch sides and we're going to bring that left leg in front. Hips are forward, deepening that lunge, bringing those hips as far forward as you can. Your hands are braced on your thigh or a supporting surface. Trying to get a little bit deeper into that lunge with each exhale. Good. I want everybody to take their right hand and brace their hand down on the ground. Left hand reaches up, opening up to the ceiling, rotating through that spine, reaching tall. Two more deep breaths. And bring that left arm down. Bringing our chest up. We are going to switch sides and we're going to stretch out our hamstrings next. So this time, when we bring our right leg forward, I want you to slowly straighten that front leg. And we're going to flex our front toes back, pulling those toes towards our shins. We're going to use our leg for support, and we're going to reach our hands down that leg, reaching for the ground, reaching for our foot, trying to keep your front leg as straight as possible. If you need to, you can even brace one hand right above that knee, just for some added feedback, reminding yourself to keep your leg as straight as possible. That'll help you deepen the stretch. You're only lowering as far as you can. Trying to get a little bit lower each exhale. Relaxing a little bit more with each breath. One more inhale and exhale. Walking those hands back up, bringing that chest upright. We're going to switch one last time. And we're going to stretch out our left hamstring, bringing that left leg forward, straightening out that front knee, flexing those toes back, reaching our hands down our leg, reaching for the floor, reaching for that front foot. Trying to get as low as possible here. Two more deep breaths. And slowly walk those hands up, coming on out of that hamstring stretch. We're going to have both knees on the ground next, and we're going to lower and have our hands down as well. We're going to be on all fours with our shoulders stacked right over our wrists and our hips stacked right over those knees. You can have your knees about hip width apart, so your legs do not need to be together. And we're just going to begin by shifting our body side to side, moving those shoulders and hips over from the left and to the right. Let's do one more rock to each side. Bring yourself back to center. We're going to make a C shape with our spine. So I want you to take your head and you're going to look over that left shoulder, trying to spot your foot, spot your hip, lengthening that opposite side. Once you've gone as far as you can, you're going to switch and try to look over that opposite shoulder, looking for that foot, and repeat, moving side to side. We're opening up one side body and then switching. If someone was to watch this from above, your spine would be moving from one curve to the next in the shape of a C. Let's do one more each side. Coming back to center, I want you to bring those heels and feet together. Knees are going to be out a little bit wide, about shoulder width apart. Then we're going to send our glutes down towards our heels. Our back is rounded, and we're going to reach our hands out as far as we can. We're moving into our child's pose here. You can let your forehead rest on the ground, taking nice deep breaths. As we inhale, our belly presses into our thighs. And as we exhale, I want you to try to pull your belly away from your thighs. Focusing on that nice deep belly breathing here. Let's do 3 more deep breaths. After that last breath, I want you to come back up, moving back to all fours. We are going to separate our feet once again, and we're going to go into our downward dog. So I want you to tuck those toes under, and then from here, we're going to lift our hips up in the air, straightening our legs, trying to send our heels all the way to the ground, stretching the back of our thighs. Two more deep breaths in this position. And then I want you to bend that right leg, lifting that right heel up, sending that left heel deeper into the ground, getting a little bit more of a stretch in that calf on that left side. And switch, straightening out that right knee, bending that left, deepening that stretch on your right side. And straighten both legs, walking those feet up to your hands, slowly rolling on up to a stand. Let's do 3 big shoulder rolls backwards. Shoulders pull up to our ears. Shoulder blades pull together and down, rounding through the front. And repeat, exaggerating that range of motion. Once you've done 3, we were on our hands and knees quite a bit, so I want to stretch out our wrists a little bit as well. So I want you to take your right hand, straightening that elbow out. You're going to take your left hand, grabbing the back of your hand and pulling those palms and our fingers back towards our body, stretching out those wrists. We're still taking nice deep breaths. Good. Release your right hand, flipping that palm up to the ceiling. We're going to repeat, but this time we're opening up that opposite side of our wrist, pulling those fingers back to our body. Elbow stays straight. And release that right arm, switching sides, left arm straight, palm is facing down, grabbing the back of the hand and pulling your palm and fingers back towards your body. One more deep breath here. And switching directions, flipping that palm so it's facing up to the ceiling, grabbing and pulling those fingers back towards your body, opening up that opposite side of our wrist. Two more deep breaths. And release your hand. Shake those arms out. Thank you all for joining me today. My name is Amber. This was Sunrise Stretch. I hope you feel a little bit looser and you're ready to get right into your Tuesday. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day.